Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long time. It has been a long time since I have been here to share with you about sports, and very many things have gone down the line. But today I have a guest. I'm not going to talk about so much, but I'm going to talk to a guest, uh, one of the footballers playing in the league, and to understand a few things about what goes on in the players' lives and these players that we see every day on the field or play, maybe talk about the team that he plays for. And today I'm privileged to be going to host Paul Mucurezi. Well, and he will tell us more about himself. I will not talk about much, so I'll just wait on him, and we'll have a lengthy chat about football. So you're all welcome. It has been a long time. I think because most football leagues are out. Uganda Football League was suspended. Of course, not so much talk about. Uh, my Arsenal finally won a trophy. I think that was something worth celebrating. I mean, it was long coming. So, as we wait for Paul, as we wait for Paul, yeah, and of course, like I said, I'm going to be talking to Paul Mucurez today, and we're going to have a brief discussion about football. Hampaka Express Football Club. Nice to see you. I think Express is I think organizing itself, because I see you're making signings every day. Hopefully, the management can keep the club intact so as to make sure that the club can compete very well. Like I said in some of my writings, like a league without a strong Express and a strong Villa will always be lacking. So, Hampak, I hope your Express Football Club will compete this time and give us football worth watching, because a strong Express definitely will give us some good football. Yep. Um, I'm waiting on Paul. Waiting on Paul, and once he comes in, then we'll have the discussion that. Yep. Like I said, those are the questions I've been getting. Oh, okay. Hampak, I'm corrected. I'm a Vipers fan. Ah, yes. So, it's coming in right now. And yes, I see Marvin. Hi. Hi, Paul.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you? You're welcome to In the Dugout.
Thanks, my coach. How are you? How have you been?
I've been good. I think you've been better because I've been following you. I think things are going well on your side.
Yes, you just need to thank God because it's not easy having all things move well and straight.
Yes, congratulations, by the way, about uh, getting yourself a partner, because the Bible says when you get a wife, you get a good thing. So that was a very good thing that you did right there.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I pray God guides me through this and I make it to the best in the future.
Okay. So, what have you been doing in the lockdown? How have you been keeping yourself busy?
Yes, thank you. I've been really working out, though still you know football very well. However much you work out, you cannot it cannot be the same as like when you're on the pitch. There is always a big difference of working out from home and working out from the pitch. But still, at the end of the day, you have to work out and make sure you stay fit.
Okay. Of course, now, usually I host very many footballers, and you're one of the rare breed that I want to talk to and ask you a question. How did you manage to mix up football and education? Because I have noticed most footballers either play football, or if they don't play football, then they leave football and do education. How how did you manage to actually balance these things and come out very well in education and continue playing at such a high level?
Thank you once again. It ain't easy to handle football and academics. It needs sacrifice. It's all about sacrifice. Not all players really can handle that. You know, the training we really do at the pitch and the books. At times I would even be in class while dozing, let's say for lectures at the university. And I'm down really dozing in the lectures. My fellow students are laughing at me. But then at the end of the day, if you really know what you want, if you're sacrificing for your future, you can really handle it. But most of the times you find it's very hard for the players to sacrifice to go, balance the two. They, form six, okay, a little bit of university, and they really give up. So it's not about giving up, it's about sacrificing yourself and get to know what you want and make sure that you at least have that higher part of education.
Uh, okay, Paul. Now, for you have a very unique story because very many footballers that play, especially in the Ugandan league, usually come from around the central region, mostly. Tell us about your journey from, especially a place like Kavale, which is not very known or playing football, to getting to the top tier of Ugandan football.
Yeah, I think I was quite lucky. Yes, I'm talented, but then football is also having a part of luck. I came from Kavale. The opportunity I got, I was playing for a school called Chigezi High School. That was a tournament in 2009 in Fort Portal, the Copa Coca-Cola. I happened to be selected among the 16 players to represent Uganda, on the Copa Coca-Cola under Coach Mike Mutebi and Ken Mutenyo. So I was among the 16 players, surprisingly, honestly, from Cavalry, being on the Copa Coca-Cola team. We happened to go to South Africa 2009. That was my first time to board a plane. Now, that was super nice. From South Africa, I come back to Senior 4 in Tigezi High School. So I happened to have a chance of coming for trials at St. Mary's Chitende. That was 2011 in January. So I passed the trials. Out of the 150 people who were for trials, I happened to be among the 8 with alongside Moses Waiswa. I think that's where we got our partnership actually from the trials and we even became good friends. So
Okay.
playing at Chitende, it really gives you some exposure. And only that now after Chitende, as it has been from Chitende joined Vipers, I couldn't make it because I was looking at education first. I was looking at going to the university after senior 6. So now I joined the university, which would be very hard for me to play for Vunamwaya by then, and as I'm schooling. So I excused myself from ball. I went to UCU. After joining UCU, now I happen to play for Mutundo Lions in the big league. For Mutundo Lions, it was a chance that I happened to take it to the playoffs. I think I was a key player in that team by then. Then we go for the playoffs at Lugogo, and Coach Abdallah Mbiru with Coach Best in Simbe. They happen to see me and they're like, "Oh, that's some young talented boy. We need him at KCCA." Good enough. I receive a phone call from them, and we go for the negotiations, and the story begins from there. And in KCCA, there's something I rarely cannot leave behind. My negotiation at KCCA was about my scholarship at the university. It was sign-on fees, then the sign-on fees plus some amount that was remaining as a tuition at the university for my last 2 years at UCU.
Yes. Yeah. So, Paul, now I remember very well. I think one of the first games you played for KCC was, I think, somewhere in Mitiana. I think you were brought on to play. How did it? Does it feel representing a club of that magnitude, and you're given a chance? And I think you scored on your debut. Can you take us through that?
Yeah, it was a great moment. Some fans be there with words. Actually, I was seated on the bench. I didn't start that game, and some weird words that were from the behind. And Mitiana pitch, the perimeter fence is just right behind the bench. So imagine how the Villa fans themselves were sounding behind us. Some weird words that someone can't air out here. But then I think most of the times when I have someone abusing me or even someone saying bad words to me, it motivates me. It actually keeps me moving that I have to prove this person and prove them wrong. So I was on the bench. They happened to be told to go and warm. Even in the warm up, I couldn't warm up stably because the words were really, they were there were so many. So what I had to do, I had to know to put that aside and make sure that I concentrate. When I was brought on at that moment, it was actually like in the second touch on the ball. I beat Derek Waluya by that time. Then went and scored against Sewato, and it really ended 0. That is among actually my best moments in my career. A young boy like me scoring against a big team like Villa at that age, that was a great achievement.
Yeah, I remember personally, I was at the game, and I remember friend of mine. We sit together in the pavilion called Peter Chivazo said, "Oh, your fellow Munyankore has scored." It was such hilarious. It was very hilarious, but uh, very nice. Now, tell us about your KCC and the Champions League, because I think when you're at KCC, you hit the heights and you play in the African Champions League. Take us through those moments, because we had taken long. Actually, we hadn't seen a team that played in the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. The Champions League was a great moment. I remember actually to before we played St. George, I scored that goal, that only goal against Synapse from Madagascar at Lugogo. That was a header. And I remember the corner was brought by Chiza Mustafa. So that goal is also among my good moments. And I couldn't expect us to play in the Champions League, because the group stages of the Champions League, because that's not an easy achievement. So us winning against that team, St. George as well, I really felt, yeah, I've really made it in Ugandan football at the moment, because at the moment, very, very few footballers have been to that level in Uganda. Playing on that tournament and that in
Yeah.
the continent, it really helps a player mature. The way most of the players were before is not the same way they are up today. If you try to notice, all the players that played in the Champions League group stages have really put up a mark. It builds confidence in you as a player. Right now, I'm with Vipers SC, but I have to pray. I have to tell you, I'm looking forward to making it back to the Champions League group stages. going there, it cannot be the same experience like how it was behind before. So it now, like the previous Champions League with KCCA, helps me to know that you can play on the national team, you can play on any other big team, because all those teams you're playing against, Al Ahly, Esperanza, those are the best clubs in on the continent. So it really gives you that morale and the confidence to believe in yourself that you really can make it to bigger heights.
And now, of course, after Champions League, and you sort of controversially left KCCA and went back home to Mbarara. I did not understand. Okay, as a fan of KCC, or as a person who was spectating, I did not understand that move. What was behind that movement from KCCA, who were in the Champions League, to a team that was in struggling in the middle table? Hello, hello, Paul. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Paul. Hello. So I think I've lost him for the moment. Hope he gets back on. Hello. Hello, Paul. Hello. Hello. I think Paul is getting glitchy. Hope we can get back to him. Oh, I think we have a glitch. Hope like I can rectify it and. Something is wrong.